WBLS New York, number one, where you hear...
Oh, you won. I owe you one. I sit in that emotion.
All happening now on WBLS, America's Best, 107.5 FM.
I'm Frankie Crocker. You know who you are, I trust, and we hope it's a good afternoon for you. We opened up with New York, New York from Frank Sinatra here on WBLS. It's 12 minutes now past 4 o'clock. Out of doors, it says, well, 58 degrees. You know, it's not the best weather, but it's not that bad either. We have some good music in store for you this afternoon. Last week we did say we were going to talk about some different things. I often get letters from youngsters that want to be disc jockeys and want to know how one gets started doing it. So I said this week I would talk about it, and as well as some other things that happened to me in my career. One of the things, though, that I must say I can't really get into because we're still going through it is some of the legal things that are happening. I guess that will have to come later, so we have to wait, you know, for a certain amount of time, and then we'll go into that. So for those of you who are interested in that, you know what I'm talking about. The rest of you, hi, how are you? We have good music for you, so why don't you just hang in there and enjoy what we're going to do for you. All right? Hey, youngsters, we're going to talk about it. Good time. All you need, really, is, well, first you need a good education. I know it's going to sound weird to you, but the broader your base, the better you have of any career. So that's first. These are the OJs.
The girls got plenty good loving.
Good afternoon, Mary Thomas. How are you?
Ask me how I know.
Proud of family show in the city. Everybody is a star, including
Frankie Crocker.
Leslie West, Felix Pappalardi, Mountain. There's Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin from England. Whole lot of love.
You need Frankie Crocker.
Number one, where you hear...
Frankie!
It's him, my idol!
Crocker! Frankie Crocker!
Just slightly ahead of our time.
Frankie Crocker. What a lovely thing to do to a radio.
Frankie Crocker!
Bless you!
Frankie Crocker. Dig him.
Do it, Frankie! Do it to it!
Frankie Crocker, you can come on in, man, and you can blow now if you want to.
Oh, boy!
All happening now on WBLS, America's Best.
It's WBLS in New York. Our special guest this evening is Frankie Crocker, has been all afternoon. And if you'd like to call and ask Frankie, our guest, some questions, the number to call is 955-WBLS. And Frankie, we have a winner of those roller skates, and that was a pretty good question you gave. The question was, again, what? The question I did was the shortest distance between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean in miles, and where was it? And if my memory serves me right, in the encyclopedia, it is at the Panama Canal, and it's 50.7 miles. And we have here a young man who won. His name is Gerald Vines of 41 East 37th. Was it 57th? It's 57th in Brooklyn, and he won himself, what is it he won again? Oh, he won himself Douglas Snyder Super Deluxe plates and All-American Plus wheels, AAA bearings, and Rydell boot. And that's worth over $300 and some dollars. Who's going to get it? That's pretty nice of you to give away such an expensive gift. Well, we thought another radio station was giving away roller skates, but they were, they were cheaper kind. We thought we'd give away the Rolls Royce of skates. And that's why we have you here. Would you like to answer some more questions? I'd be more than happy to. What are they? Well, this question comes from Keith Forte of Yonkers. Says, how did you feel after the ratings came in and WBLS had regained its #1 rating, topping the other radio station, KTU? At the time, I was in California, and several people had called, amongst them the chairman of the board of the corporation, the president, and an old friend of mine called and said, had you heard that WBLS was #1 by almost 3 points over everybody in New York? And people would think, because they listen to the radio station, we were always #1. We were very close to it. We're #1 in some categories. We were a good solid #2. We were #1 FM in the country. And this was the first time that I had personally had the highest ratings, and the highest ratings for a station, the highest rated singular radio program, and it was the first after being in the business 10, 12 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, your radio is about to be turned on. This is Fast Frankie Crocker. Frankie Crocker is isn't on your radio really isn't on. This is Rapid Fire Radio.
Do it, Frankie. Do it.
Life and Death and G&A. If it feels good, it's all right. Dear Baco Dre. Good evening, New York.
WBLS.
Frankie.
The Frankie Crocker in the house. He can get 3 pieces.
Tall, tan, young, and fly. Anytime you want me, baby, reach out for me. I'm your guy. Just as good to you as it is for you. You get so much with the Frankie Crocker touch. After all, how can you lose with the stuff I use? Turn out the light and hold me tight. Frankie says it's just got to be all right. Closer than whites on rice, closer than coals on ice, closer than a collars on a dog, closer than a hams on a country hog. Really? Young and do, ain't never had enough of nothing. Definitely ready. If you need it, be steady. Everything's gonna be everything. But remember, if you can't stand it, please don't demand it. Don't let your eyes get your mind messed up where your heart and soul desires something you know you just can't stand. Really? All I have to do is set the needle to the track, separate the soul from the wax, lay in the groove, and hope to make you move. Bound to put more dips in your hips, more cut in your strut, and more glide in your stride. If you don't dig it, you know you've got a hole in your soul. And you don't eat chicken on Sunday.
WBLS, and once again, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome the godfather of soul, the hardest working man in show business, the man who gave us please, 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 don't be a dropout. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. My friends, that's what I used to do at the Apollo Theater. So did Danny Ray. James Brown, welcome to WBLS once again.
It's always a gas to be here with you, Frankie. You're one of the people that This man, Frankie Crocker, made it happen. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding.
What was that? Aren't you glad you live in a town you can hear the Frankie Crocker sound when the sun goes down? Tall, tan, young, and fly. Anytime you want me, baby, reach out for me. I'm your guy. Just as good to you as it is for you. But don't get your mind so messed up where your eyes and your body desire something your mind just can't stand. Because they call me wax paper because I'll rap on anything. Call me candy paper when the rap gets so sweet. And they call me aluminum foil because the rap is definitely strong.
Please don't go. Don't leave.
Got him split, baby. Stop me again. Yes, indeed. This has been another. Something like the other. Bound to put more dips in your hips, more cut in your strut, more glide in your stride. If you haven't dug it, then you know you've got a hole in your soul. And you don't eat chicken on Sunday.
Frankie, please don't go. Don't leave. Good Almighty, the man show makes me feel real.
Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye, baby.
There I go, there